With the Battlefield 5 reveal trailer just releasing, I thought it'd be an excellent idea to dissect it and pick apart all of those new gameplay features in there. Let's take a look. So in typical DICE fashion, the trailer starts with a bit of a mystery, revealing here that the horse's head, teddy bear and bottles are actually part of the game's brand new tank customization. The squad leaps from the tank and smashes into the house here. Notice how the point man actually stumbles onto the ground. This is part of the new movement system in the game. Soldiers can trip and stumble in third-person animation sometimes. They will also react to the world around them, such as knocking over long grass. As the British soldiers here storm the building, they're distracted by an explosion in the next room before being mowed down. The female character here being shot back and reacting with the world around her. Ragdolls in the game now are server-side and physics-based, so they will be affected by the environment. Notice that she also has a prosthetic arm or claw, part of the new character customization in Battlefield 5. Players can change their gender, face, hair, and several aspects of their uniform, amongst other things. Another ragdoll comes tumbling down the stairs as bullets enter the building from the outside on the left. This game features bullet penetration, and players will be able to shoot through thin walls, wood, and sheet metal. A wounded soldier on the stairs there asks for aid. In game, this would be a downed soldier waiting for a revive. Players will be able to ask for help when downed like this or bleed out. Squad mates can also revive each other now too, no matter what the class. But the revive system has changed. A syringe revive is a dedicated animation that will take a few seconds, and a squad revive is a dedicated animation, but it will take much longer. And if a squad mate revives you, you will not come back on full health. An enemy German soldier is taken down from behind. Looks like takedowns are still in the game, and there it seemed that a garrote was used. The support player reloading here looks to be carrying a large sword that resembles a katana, suggesting that crazy melee weapons will make their way back into this game. The squad quickly realise that tanks are coming directly for the building and burst out of the window. That is now a gameplay feature. In BF1 you had to knock individual parts of the window out before you could do this. In BF5, if you feel like it, just go on right ahead, burst out the window. Notice the commando roll on the landing too. The players will maintain their momentum like this if they want to. The female soldier from earlier here makes a return, this time diving onto her back and firing a sniper rifle at a nearby German soldier. In BF5, players will be able to dive forward, left, right and backwards. Stay in any of those positions and even shoot from them, crawling backwards to shoot too. You'll also be able to crouch sprint, a feature that's been requested for a while, and all of these serve to enhance movement options for the player. The tanks completely destroy the building as they drive through it. Destruction in BF5 has been ramped up to 11 and will now feature multiple stages rather than happening all at once as in previous games. Structures will bend and crack based on how and from where they're weakened. The female soldier hops onto a nearby transport vehicle as the Battlefield 1942 theme blares out. Does this mean that radios will make a return to transport vehicles in the game? As they drive away, you'll notice in the background a tank towing a stationary anti-air. Not so stationary anymore. That's because in BF5, some items like anti-air guns, field cannons and supply depots can be towed and driven around the map, whilst at the same time being used by other players. Notice how the tank here has distinct customization on it too. Vehicles and guns can be heavily customized in this game to give them a unique, memorable appearance. They continue through the level amidst all the chaos. Cut to gameplay and the soldier picks up an MG42 which has been customised with vegetation on the front. Players will be able to visually customise their guns in 5 to 7 parts depending on the weapon. As the camera pans up, we can see a soldier building a fortification of sandbags and some kind of field cannon. In Battlefield 5, every class now has the option to build things like sandbags, tank traps, barbed wire and foxholes. The support class, however, does all of that quicker and can also build offensive, defensive options such as machine gun nests and cannons. Notice the player in the back here hitting the sandbags with a hammer. perhaps that is the tool that players will use to erect these fortifications. The player is handed some ammo. Physicality is the name of the game in BF5. That means that ammo packs, med packs, all have to be picked up by the player with an animation. No more magic, passive auras, and also no more auto regenerating health. That's gone. Also, you'll notice that the HUD is very different from BF1 and extremely minimal now. A nearby squad mate picks up a grenade and tosses it back to the enemy before it is shot in the air and exploded by the player. That's a new feature in the game. Grenades can be thrown back, caught, and also blown up mid-air with a few well-placed shots to deal damage. In this case, taking down an enemy plane that happens to be flying by. More enemies are engaged as the player tests out the new movement mechanics and quickly depletes their primary ammo. Scarcity of ammo is going to be a big thing in this game. You're going to spawn in with far less resources than ever before, and to get ammo back, you'll have to pick it up from teammates, supply stations, or loot enemies that you've killed. The official term for it is War of Attrition. A few seconds later, a V1 rocket swoops into shot and explodes nearby. Notice how the player is knocked back by the explosion. This can happen in game now from very big explosions that aren't fatal. But what was that V1 rocket? Well, it's a squad call-in. Squad play is an essential part of Battlefield 5. If squads play well together, they will accrue squad points. Earn enough squad points and you can call in things like V1 rockets, supply drops, smoke barrages, and even crocodile flamethrower tanks. The trailer ends with the player being suffocated by a German paratrooper. There is a possibility of this happening in game apparently, but it might be something other than a takedown. However, he's interrupted by the squad member who spawns on you and simply puts him to sleep with a cricket bat wrapped in barbed wire. Nasty. And of course at the end there we can see more paratroopers descending into the level. Game modes such as Grand Operations will allow players to spawn into the level in a plane and jump whenever they choose on certain maps. And with that, the trailer comes to an end. We'll get to see more gameplay at EA Play in June, very soon indeed. If you want way more detailed information about Battlefield 5, then I put together a video recently called Battlefield 5 New Gameplay Features and Huge Changes, and I'll link this in the card at the end of the video. There's way more detail in there than you got at the reveal and in the trailer. In my opinion, the trailer, it wasn't very good, and based on the 3-hour behind the scenes stream that we had yesterday where they revealed all of these extra details to us, that trailer is not representative of the gameplay at all. And I think that's a shame because a lot of people I think will watch that trailer and just think that it's a reskin of BF1. Like, it looks a bit better, there's explosions and stuff, but it's just kind of more of the same. In reality, when you find out about all these other details, it's a completely different and more tactical experience. So I think that DICE and EA dropped the ball a bit there, releasing a trailer and only doing a 30-minute reveal like that. I think that gamers nowadays want to know all of the nitty-gritty gameplay details. Yeah, you could say, well, they're saving that for EA Play, but I truly believe that first impressions are everything. And if they'd have attacked this from a different angle and explained all of those really cool details and new additions, maybe the initial reaction to the trailer would have been completely different. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.
There's some ammo! Watching grenade! I got your back! That's the rocket!
Fuck it! Hello, old friend.